Most of us sleep with a smartphone inches from our faces, creating a constant, active gateway into our most private environments. This proximity leaves us vulnerable to digital psychological intrusions that can bypass the physical security of our homes. At 2:11 a.m., a man named Lucas was pulled from his sleep by the vibration of a missed call. The timestamp was exact. The anomaly triggered the moment his phone registered the notification. When he checked the log, he found a contradiction. The caller ID displayed his own name and his own personal phone number. Within standard networks, a cellular signal cannot bounce back to dial its exact origin. The system requires a separate sender and recipient. Protocols instantly strike down identical number dialing. Because this call reached Lucas, it navigated a path ignoring all rules of digital architecture. If the global cellular network didn't route the call, the radio waves had to be generated locally. For the phone to ring with its own number, the transmission source had to be within the limited effective range of his internal antenna. The self-call functions as a targeted psychological mechanism. It uses a technical impossibility to force the victim into a state of acute paranoia before they even leave their bed. Desperate to understand the source of the interruption, Lucas hit the call back button. A typical call involves a sequence of switching delays as the network finds the recipient. This call connected after a single ring, bypassing the usual latency of the cellular grid. As the line opened, the silence of the room was replaced by a heavy, rhythmic sound, slow, uneven breathing from the speaker. A voice spoke. It matched Lucas's vocal timbre with surgical precision, yet it lacked any human cadence, speaking with a mechanical, stilted rhythm that his own throat could never produce. By returning the call, Lucas completed a two-way psychological bridge. He had tethered the digital anomaly to his physical reality through a live audio connection. Through the distortion, the voice issued a single clear command: "Lucas, don't go back to sleep." The phenomenon plots the victim's declining consciousness against the entity's physical proximity. It uses a biological countdown. The exact point of unconsciousness is the threshold, the moment physical defenses drop, creating the window for complete identity replacement. The call ended abruptly. The sudden sensory deprivation left Lucas in total darkness, his hearing straining to catch the smallest movement in the hallway. The entity weaponizes exhaustion. It forces the victim into a game of endurance where the only two options are maddening wakefulness or a fatal lapse into sleep. The pressure intensified when the phone vibrated a second time. Another call from his own number demanded an immediate response. He answered, and the voice was clearer this time. It confirmed its intent to inhabit his life, repeating the warning that sleep would be the final catalyst for the swap. Lucas looked toward the door he locked earlier. Despite the deadbolt, the door was now slowly creaking open, revealing the dark hallway outside. In the doorway stood a figure that shared his exact height and shape. As it stepped into the faint light, it revealed a face that was an identical copy of his own. When the brain is forced to process a visual that contradicts every law of biological identity, the nervous system often enters a state of high-alert stasis. Lucas found himself unable to move as his mind struggled to reconcile the image of himself standing across the room. The trap had transitioned, no longer a digital threat or a psychological game, but an irreversible physical replacement. Interacting with the anomaly provides the handshake needed to synchronize the digital signal with your physical location. Answering the call doesn't just wake you up. It confirms your coordinates for the swap.